What's up, everybody?
Hey.
How we doing, brother?
Long time.
Episode 56 of the Jiu Jitsu Dummies Podcast. We're sponsored by Fight Back CBD. Get 20% off your CBD order at fightbackcbd.com with code JJD. We're also sponsored by Black Belt Digital Marketing. Anything you need from website design, Google Ads, logos, SEO, lead generation, social media, absolutely anything to do with marketing, anything you need to build your business, they can help. These are the guys behind all of our social media designs for the podcast. You can check them out at blackbeltdigitalmarketing.com and at Black Belt Digital Marketing on Instagram. It's worth every penny.
Take it from a graphic designer. They really do awesome work.
My name is Milton Campus.
No, it isn't.
I'm a brown belt. I haven't seen you. So I'm a brown belt. I'm a brown belt now.
Congratulations.
Training out of South Florida. You can check me out on Instagram at Uncle Milty BJJ or on the podcast IG at Jiu Jitsu Dummies. Bo behind the camera.
Bo behind the camera.
Hey.
Miguel, this stranger with us today. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right,
It's been a while, man.
Yeah, it's
Where
been
you
a
been?
while. I've been busy.
I got like gifts piling up for you. I got T-shirts
I
and
appreciate it.
lots of crap for you today. We'll
Yeah.
go into that later towards the end of the show.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
How you been, man?
Good, man. New gym, new me.
New
you
gym?
know?
Yeah? Where are you
Yeah.
training now?
Henzo Gracie out of Weston.
All right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
South
Cool.
Florida.
We'll talk about it more later.
Yeah.
Today we've got I think this is our third time having Nick on the show. We have Nick Rahn from Warriors Next Adventure. Welcome, Nick. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
Oh, shit, your mic is popping again, man. Nah, I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm just
joke,
kidding.
joke.
You're fucking cruel, man. You're cruel.
You see his face? He's like, oh, man. We had a little, we had some technical glitches with Zoom and blah, 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 blah. Nobody wants to know about it. How you doing, man? How you feeling?
Not too bad. Been doing okay.
Yeah.
Got a lot of new things coming my way.
A lot of new things and some things taken away, I understand, right?
Yes. I am now half the man I used to be. You know?
That's not true.
Are we officially calling you Lefty, or I'm hoping they took the right one so that I can call you Lefty and it be.
No, it's the right one. The
And it'd
right
be
one's still there.
accurate.
So I lean to the right when I walk now.
Yeah.
I walk in circles the first few minutes of each day. It's okay.
So tell I know you posted on social media about it, so I don't think you'd mind talking about it. Tell us what the heck happened. You found a lump. You had cancer.
Yes. So I mean, kind of shitty couple days, man. Couple weeks actually. So the last few months, I kind of just been feeling crappy. And I could never really figure out what was going on. Like, I always felt like I was kind of sick. Like, I always had a cold. And I'm like, I know it ain't COVID. Things just kept getting worse. And I couldn't really put two and two together. Didn't really know what was going on. I was in Colorado about a month ago or so. And I was taking a shower and I bumped my jewels, if you want to call it that. And it was really painful. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And so I went down and I started feeling around. And there was a tumor on my left one about the size of my testicle. So
wow,
I got diagnosed with
Jesus. Oh, you mean like all the way down the testicle itself? Like
no, it was growing
a third testicle.
It was a third one. It was growing
Jesus.
on it. So
Wow.
I mean, it was pretty decent size, man. I mean, it sucks, but it's whatever. So I went in the next week and went to the VA, and surprisingly enough, Minneapolis VA is actually quite nice.
Nice.
They kind of in and out. I've never waited longer than 15 minutes at a thing or at an appointment. So I went in there and they did a bunch of X-rays. They did a what's it called? What they do with the babies?
They do a
Ultrasound.
sonogram is
Ultrasound.
usually what. Yeah, ultrasound. I went in for something similar. Yeah, I had to.
Yeah, so they did an ultrasound on it, and it was funny because like the whole time this girl was ultrasounding my nuts, I was just making her laugh at dumb shit. Like it was like, because this is already super awkward. This girl's just sitting there like rubbing this thing all over me, and I'm like,
sure.
I was like, usually we go out to dinner a few times before things like this happen. And she's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And then I said dumb shit like, like, can I get like a glow in the dark replacement where like you squeeze it and it turns on?
Yeah.
She's like, okay, you got to stop. She's like, I can't do this when I'm laughing. I'm like, all right. And so the doctor came in, and the doctor looked like super sad and everything. I was like, Doc, I already know I got cancer. Okay, what do I do? And she's like, you're taking this pretty easily. I was like, well, what do you want me to do? Cry? Like I figured I had cancer and I kind of prepared myself for it. And it's been a week. So, so then they diagnosed me with, they believe stage 1 testicular cancer. Like 5 days later, Monday. That was about 2 weeks ago. They brought me in for surgery, and just a mean cut on my abdomen. So they don't go through your sack, which you'd think you.
What?
So they cut my abdomen open and pulled out the left one and took that. And the first couple of days were kind of rough. I'm supposed to just kind of sit around and do nothing, but 4 days later, I had a dirt track race I had to go to.
I saw all the posting. I'm like, is this old stuff? Is this like old pictures that he's catching up on posting?
Can't stop living.
Well, they say I got to sit down and rest, right? So, I mean, I was sitting down. I was strapped in a 5-point harness, and I only used my right leg and not my left leg. So we're good, you know?
Yeah.
I raced 3 days in a row. We had practice on Thursday. We had a pre-race on Friday, and then we raced again on Saturday, and I feel fine.
He only needs the gas pedal leg, not the brake leg. So, I mean.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't need brakes. It's all good.
That's smart, yeah.
But
makes sense.
The big issue is, I want to say about a week ago, I was feeling around again, and there's another tumor. And then a couple days ago, I found another one. So I had to get a bunch of scans and everything yesterday at the VA, and they did a full body scan. I think it's called a PET scan, where they pump you up with some liquid and it like highlights cancer cells. Yeah. So they checked my chest because I've been complaining about my chest for about 2 years and they haven't done anything about it. And so now they're like, oh, you have cancer. Let's check you for lung cancer. Like, oh, kind of like I've been complaining about since 2019. So they checked that. They checked for colon cancer and prostate cancer. So all the man cancers you can get, they're checking for that. And then he said that the lump in my sac is likely cancer again, but we got to wait for my surgery wounds to heal before they can do another surgery to take out the other one. So chances are I'll have a I guess you'd call a really long taint. I'm not gonna have a sac anymore.
Oh man.
You know, I only say those things just to make Milton laugh like that.
The longest taint in history.
Listen, man, I know it's not easy being in the hospital. You said, well, I'll go to you first. You said you had a similar situation?
Oh, yeah. I like scared myself, but it ended up being like an inflamed epididymis, which is like a gland that's supposed to be there, but it just got big.
Okay.
Yeah. But the same thing. Yeah. They just go in there. At least they warm up the gel before they do the ultrasound or whatever it's called.
I had to have it done.
Right.
Yeah.
I felt a little like I was getting a little pain.
But that's scary, man. I can't believe you're just cracking jokes. I love it.
Well, I mean, you know, I tell people all the time, you know, for the nonprofit that I run, I've been on the show. I think this is the fourth time I've been on your show.
Probably, yeah.
So for the folks who don't know, Warriors Next Adventure is a nonprofit I started to help vets with PTSD and suicide prevention. We use activities getting veterans together to go mountain climbing, hiking. We have 4 race cars for next season, which is going to be awesome. And we're actually going to be putting veterans behind the race seat now. We do jiu-jitsu, mountain climbing, all kinds of fun stuff, right? But the main purpose is to get veterans together so we can talk about, you know, the issues that they've been going through. Like what is the main thing holding you back from living your best life? And then what we do is we coach them into that next step, right? We use what's called the 6 principles, which I came up with myself. I'm writing a book on it right now. Well, I shouldn't say right now. I've been slacking. I haven't touched it in like 6 months. But I'm putting out a book soon. It's kind of going to be like a self-help book for veterans, told by a veteran. So if I'm running this program, telling veterans how to overcome adversity, and I break down at the first sign of adversity, who the fuck am I, right? I need to walk the walk instead of just tell people how to live their lives. I need to show them, listen, I'm suffering from cancer. It sucks. I'm in pain every day. I can't eat. You know, luckily I have these little things, you know, edible things it kind of make me laugh and eat a lot. So, I mean,
whoa, what do you mean?
I know, right? It's like the only way I can eat, man. Like I just feel like crap most of the day. I'm like always feeling sick. It really sucks. I haven't trained jiu-jitsu in about 2 months now. So that's killing me. But if I just broke down, you know, and let it, you know, feel like it's the end of me, I mean, I'm not going to be much of a, you know, I'm not going to be able to inspire people when I'm sitting here crying, you know?
Yeah.
So I need to understand that, look, this is just another lump in the road, if you want to call it that.
You see what he did there?
I see what he did.
You see what he did?
I'm glad you caught the dad joke. You know, it's just another bump in the road. I haven't found one thing that's taken me out yet. I mean, I couldn't even take myself out. So, you know, it's, this is one more thing I'm going to have to beat and then show other people how to beat it too.
I got to tell you, man, I've been looking at this for a couple of years already. because
What, his
actually,
nut? His
no,
nutsack?
not the nutsack. But
Oh.
but
Wait, Bo,
since
why do you have your nuts out, dude?
Put those away, Bo.
since my dad passed away from cancer, right, 7 years ago now, I got super interested at that time. You know, what can be done? Like, what's missing? Why do so many people end up with cancer? What's going on with the world? Because this wasn't normal 200 years ago. This cancer was not present. This toxicity was not present. And so I looked at this. I was just talking to Miguel before the show. Baking soda, coconut oil, and the biggest deficiency that we have, potassium. But there are 3 types of potassium that we're supposed to have. None of this would happen to us if we had these things in proper amounts.
I think it's Obama.
You know, the funny thing, it's one thing he hasn't touched. That's the one thing he hasn't touched. No, it's cancer. Cancer. Obama just, he has nothing to do with the cancer thing. It's the one conspiracy that does not exist.
Okay. Well, we're glad to see that you're looking on the brighter side, brother.
Oh man, you're still driving on, man. That's what
I still. The scans that I got yesterday, I got to wait 2 weeks to find out if I have lung cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer. So it's 2 weeks just sitting in limbo.
Making you
So
sweat.
meditate that shit away,
sucks,
man.
But
meditate it away.
Yeah, that's all good. So and everybody super close to me has realized that I've been pretty much the same. I haven't really changed too much. I've broken down a few times. Like I only really talk to my girlfriend about the serious shit because, for the most part, it doesn't help anybody, me breaking down and being all sad about my situation. So,
But you got to get it out, too. I mean, you got to let somebody be there for you. I mean, I know you have your girlfriend, but you've got to let other people be there for you.
Yeah,
you're there for them. It goes both ways. I'm sure, hopefully this helps, talking about it a little bit. I know for me,
I started a whole nonprofit about talking about things that upset you or hurt your feelings or, cause PTSD. So, I mean, talking is not something that is going to be an issue for me about this kind of thing. The only thing that really sucks is actually feeling sick every day. So that's what's really big.
So is it the meds? Is it the meds that you're on, or is it you still feel physically sick from the cancer?
No, I'm not on any medication yet. No. It's just, from what I've been reading, is like tumors actually cause calcium buildup, and too much calcium can actually make you feel like you're sick.
Hypercalcemia, hypercalcemia,
yeah, something to do with like the white blood cell count. But it's like I constantly feel like I have the flu. Like I've thrown up a few times. It's not a lot, but it's just, I don't know, that sucks, man. I don't like feeling unhealthy. I'm a pretty healthy guy. I eat pretty healthy for the most part. The last like 2-3 weeks, I'm like, fuck it, I got cancer. I'm eat whatever I want. I'm gonna eat all my feel good foods. I'm gonna fucking fatten up a little bit. But then like I'm starting to notice I actually am starting to get fat, so I gotta cut back on that. Yeah. But my girlfriend's been doing a lot of research on like diets that are good for people with cancer, and so she pretty much warned me that next week my diet's changing, which she's smart, so I'm just gonna listen to her.
No more Arby's.
Dude, look up something called the Gerson therapy. Gerson, Gerson therapy. This goes back to 1931. It was actually invented for late stage cancers, like when they send you home and there's nothing they can do. This was, and it's all completely natural. I know. Sounds like an Obama thing again.
I didn't say anything.
You were looking at me funny.
What?
Cool. That was like 3 presidents ago. Yeah. Who remembers that?
Oh, who?
Right. So what else do you have going on, Nick? You got the race cars. Let's go back. I'm sitting there watching your social media, and I'm like, he just posted that he's supposed to rest. You knew you weren't going to rest. You're like, I know, but my girlfriend's going to make me rest. And then you're like, next thing I see is like you're out at the track.
Yeah, well, so here's the thing. I listened to my doctor. Right. So I asked the urologist. No, I did.
No, you didn't.
I talked to the urologist, and he's like, yeah, we're going to. So this was Thursday before my surgery. Right. And so I asked the urologist, I was like, listen, I have a race coming up next week. Is there any way we can reschedule the surgery till after the race? He's like, no, bro, you have cancer. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I already have it. Like, it can't get any worse, really. And he's like, look, dude, he's like, we need to get this out of you. I'm like, well, damn. He's like, but listen. All of these other people are going to tell you, rest, don't do it, don't do this, don't do that. He's like, listen, if you feel like you can get in that car and you're not like, it's not causing too many issues, you're good, dude. Yeah. And he's like, you could probably race. And so I went out Thursday. Thursday was the practice. And I'm like, you know what? If I feel any discomfort, any kind of pain, or I feel like this is going to hurt me, I'm not going to race on Friday and Saturday. I went through and just killed it. Right, the car was just running great, and I felt good. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, we're good. I'm gonna race tomorrow.
Did you win?
And so, no, I didn't. During the practice laps and everything like that, it's dirt track racing, so we got to drift around the corners.
Yeah.
And so I sent my car into the turn 3 a little too fast, and the super streets dug a big ass hole in the side of that track.
Yeah.
And my front tire hit that thing, just shredded my tire. So,
oh no. Is
yeah,
this the
so I got into
racing
the
where
teammate.
where
What's
like the spoiler is like one end is higher than the other one? Is that the type of vehicle?
That's a sprint car.
That's a sprint
That's
car,
a level up. My board member actually has a sprint car, so we're actually we're going to be racing the Hornets, which is like the lower level, like the four bangers.
Uh-huh.
We have a Saturn Ion, and so that thing just they also like Hornets as they're going around the track, so they call it Hornets. And then we got our hands on a street stock, which is like the old Monte Carlos and like in the 70s, and those things are so cool.
Yeah.
I've wanted one of those for so long, and this guy came up to us. He's like, "Hey, listen, yeah, I heard you talking about wanting to race street stocks." I was like, "Well, I got to get better at racing Hornets first." He's like, "No." He's like, "Hornets aren't going to help you. Racing street stocks is going to get you good at racing street stocks."
Yep.
I'm like, "Dude, I don't have a car." He's like, "Well, I have a chassis that we need to build." He's like, "I was going to build it this winter, but I have arthritis and I can't." I'm like, "Look, my nonprofit's looking for more stuff to do." He's like, "Well, listen, how about this? I'll donate my street stock to you guys." He's got everything. The only thing we got to pay for is the heads. So we have to buy the heads, and that's going to cost us about $800, which isn't hard. But the only thing is, at the end of the season, we have to sell it back to him for $1. So he's essentially renting it out to us for the season.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. I think it's a good deal because this guy's going to teach me and a shitload of veterans how to properly build an engine. So we have to build the engine from the ground up. He's got all the parts. We just had to build it.
Nice.
So that'll give us a lot of things to do during the winter. Guy's got a heated garage with heated floors and everything too. So I'm pretty excited about that. We're in Minnesota, so it's cold up here.
Cold
Is it
already.
cold right now?
Minnesota.
What's it like there right now? What's the
it's like-
temperature?
Hey, I got a serious question for you about
55?
About 55.
Yeah, it's
I gotta-
chilly here too. What is it,
Yeah.
about like 85 right now?
yeah, like 80. It's really bad.
We're
freezing.
I mean, serious
So
question
cold.
about Minnesota. How did you guys lose the UP? I mean, I feel like that should be yours.
The UP, or are you talking
of
about
Michigan?
Well, that would be Wisconsin. That would have to talk
Oh,
about
is that Wisconsin where that
Yeah,
touches
it's
over there?
north of Wisconsin.
What the
Okay,
hell is UP?
okay, then I'm letting you off the Upper Peninsula.
Michigan.
I'll let you off the hook then, and I'll brush up on my geography.
I was gonna
I just
say
because that never makes sense. Like Michigan looks like a glove, right? And then there's like the UP, like right up in here, and then but it's
What
like
do they call it? The UP?
because the Upper Peninsula.
Upper
you said,
Peninsula.
okay.
Yeah, and it's like it literally
Your
like
penis.
bleeds over into the state that's like it's like on the state that's next to it. And I was like, why doesn't that belong to that state?
That's an interesting question. Man.
Yeah, I just thought
Called
maybe
bullets.
yeah.
That's
So
what
it's
decided
super
that.
random.
So, yeah.
gerrymandering.
Hey guys, let me give some shout outs to some of our sponsors real quick. I know you know these guys, Nick, DD214 Fightwear at DD214
I'm wearing
_
the shirt.
Fightwear. Gear for the war on PTSD. Bo's got we got to get a camera on you, Bo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
man.
15% off your online order at DD214BJJ.com with code JJD. So again, the Instagram is DD214 _ Fightwear. The website's DD214BJJ.com. All right. Huge shout out to Flow and Roll. He gave me a bunch of t-shirts to give out.
Nice.
So I got a lot of stuff for everybody. Huge shout out to Sean at Flow and Roll at Flow _ Roll on Instagram. Get 20%. No, excuse me. It's 30%
Oh.
till the end of October.
Yeah.
So it's actually 30%. Change that in the graphic when we put it out.
Yeah.
30% off your online t-shirt, rash guard, or gi order with code JJD, and that's flowandroll.com. I always say this. The website's great. The t-shirts are awesome. But where he really thrives, doing kits, doing no-gi kits and gis for gyms. And we've hooked him up with a few different gyms and put him in touch with some people. So, I mean, he's already doing, killer stuff. But check out his Instagram and look at the no-gi kits. Amazing artwork. And he's got he's doing the 30% off because he's got a whole new line coming out for 2022.
Nice.
So he's getting rid of everything, and then he's got everything, all of these new designs. He's been teasing them on his Instagram, so go check it out. Oh, and right now this T-shirt is actually, it's got the flow and roll on the back.
It sure
I'll
does.
show one later. Our shirt, our podcast tee, is officially on the Flow and Roll site.
What?
So you can
So
go
we
to Flow and
gotta-
Roll, same thing. You can get 30% off. You can go and see our shirt. This one has the Flow and Roll on the back. The logo.
Cool.
I'll show it to everybody later. And we're slowly but surely, it looks like, if this goes well, we're going to move our podcast store over to his site as we put out more T-shirts. We're going to do bags,
cool.
T-shirts,
Nice.
like backpacks, T-shirts, and coffee mugs at very least, because that's what I usually give out to
What
the
about
guests.
belts?
Belts? Oh, well, he's got belts already,
I know,
but
yeah.
like well, he's got belts.
Got it. Yeah.
Well, we can get belts with the embroidery on it. He does. He used to do the free embroidery. I think it's like just like $20 or something like that
Yeah.
total.
I got to get a
it.
new one.
Me too.
Mine shrunk because I washed my belt.
It only really does it shrink. It only really shrinks if you also dry. Well, I guess it shrinks a little bit when you get it.
I
really
also
wet, right?
dry my belt.
You dry your belt?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
go all the way with it.
That's your belt trunk. It was
I
more like
haven't-
your
Is that where you
midsection
draw the
grew.
line?
I have. You can't dry the belt. What the hell is this madness? So I got my brown belt.
Uh-huh.
It's been
Hey, congratulations,
month.
by the way. When did that happen?
Thank you.
2-3
less than
weeks
a month ago. Yeah, it's been like maybe 2-3 weeks.
I didn't even see you post about it, dude. That's awesome.
I didn't post a lot. I think I just posted one image with
So
with my
modest.
coaches.
They were supposed to call me so I could go to the graduation ceremony. And I'm a little upset they didn't.
How you feel? Really?
I want to go. I want to see you. I want to see John.
I don't remember. I don't know why I didn't tell you.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, you knew you were getting graduated?
Yeah, because they were like, hey,
Yeah.
make sure you're here. Because
Yeah.
it was like on a Monday. They usually do it on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
They know like certain people only go Tuesday, Thursday. Like I do
Yeah.
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
So they knew like
Hey.
we got to tell them to be here.
Exactly.
And if you tell them to be here, they know they're gonna
Get promoted.
Get promoted. So I got my brown belt. Haven't washed it yet. Who all the dirty bastards out there? You wash your belt, Nick?
I used to not wash my belt.
No.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm spoiled. My girlfriend does my laundry. So
Exactly.
Somebody washes. Your belt is washed.
Just
it's
magically
Somehow.
been washed
washed.
a few times. Yeah.
You're magically.
I mean,
washed.
it's like I said. My purple belt. I really haven't trained that much since I got my purple belt. Like, I trained for about a month before I left on the tour.
Yep.
And then the tour, of course. I mean, that was 36 days or 36 different training sessions in 45 days. 48 days.
Oh wow.
And then I got back and I took a little bit of time off. I trained June, a little bit of July, and then I kind of started feeling really crappy, and obviously I found out why, but I've only trained, I've probably trained 15 times since I got back in June.
Wow.
Wow.
So,
and then,
And you washed
like
your
I told
belt
you guys.
14 times?
No, I think just once so far.
yeah.
Well,
But
I
no,
haven't
yeah.
washed it, and I don't think.
Well, I think
I'm going to see how long I go before it starts to annoy me, but I'm thinking once a month.
this is just
Once a
speculation,
month.
but I'm pretty sure purple belts get less dirty because you skip warm-ups.
Well, I'm a brown belt. So
I know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I always did the warm ups, never
Yeah.
skip.
I've seen a
What are
couple.
warm-ups?
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
me.
Exactly. He gets it.
Well, you're also what, like a 14-year purple belt? What are you at? He's really like a black belt.
It's
He's
coral.
a black
It's
belt.
like a
I've
coral
seen him
purple.
roll. He's definitely not a
It's
purple belt.
purple, black, purple, black.
I
Coral
started
belt.
training in 2007, so
Wow.
yeah, I trained nogi until 2014, and then I started as a slick white belt. I got 2 stripes.
What'd you call it? You started as a what?
Slick white belt.
A slick white belt.
Is that what you call
Nothing.
it when you got some skills?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
That's
in
not
the
wrestling.
military, it's called a slick sleeve when you got nothing on your sleeves. So no stripes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Gotcha.
Not like a cool slick. I'm not a douche. Come
Oh.
on.
Oh, I thought you meant the
I
other way.
thought it was like being slick, like you're being
Yeah.
undercover. Like you're like,
No, no,
hey,
no.
Like,
don't let anybody
Dude, I
know
felt
I'm really
like
a brown belt.
sandbagger. I told my coach, like, look, dude, like I've won like 15 tournaments. Like I feel bad being a white belt. And then I did like 4 tournaments as a white belt with him in 6 months. And he's like, yeah, okay, well, it's sandbagging at this point.
Yeah.
So he promoted me in 6 months. In 2 months, I got 2 stripes in one night. And then 2 months later, I got 2 stripes in one night. So I got 4 stripes in 2 separate
But that's
promotions.
fair. That makes sense. That's
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
that just makes sense
And it's-
promotion wise. So, okay,
Yeah.
somebody that's
Yeah.
been doing no-gi, you got to move them along more quickly, get them as
Yeah.
far
And then
match the belt
first
to the
blue
skill
belt tournament-
level.
Yeah, my first blue belt tournament, I ended up winning four matches in a row, and then I ended up losing for first place. And so I ended up getting second place. My next tournament, I won first place, and then a couple seconds after that, and the rest were all pretty much first. So
All right, I
was a blue belt for 6 fucking years. So.
I got one more shout out because we got a new sponsor. I'm sorry, guys, I didn't mean
Sure.
to interrupt, but you're gonna like this name. Welcome to our newest sponsor, Feito IT and AV. You like
wow,
that?
Feito, ugly, huh? But like cute ugly.
For those of you who don't know, Feito is
it's
ugly.
Cute. Yeah, but it's cute
cute.
ugly.
Yeah, it's
Because
like
it's
Feo,
diminutive.
Feito. You add the Ito, everything's supposed to be cute,
Yeah,
right?
It's smaller.
So
you know?
Feito IT and AV, they specialize in commercial and residential automation. So like he put in the security system at my house.
Yeah,
Talked to a neighbor about it. He had nanny cams put in.
yeah.
He's up in Jacksonville right now. He services all of Florida. He's up in Jacksonville running an entire IT system in a building that's like a brand new construction.
Yeah, I got you.
So he does all that. But alarms, for somebody with a house, alarms, again, nanny cams, interior, exterior cameras.
Audio visual.
Oh, what was that? Somebody just fell down. Is everybody all right?
The meteorite just came through the ceiling.
No. So I wound up hooking him up with John Way. John Way saw me post about him. So he's giving him a quote. And Felipe, again, just mentioned, we were just talking about
Like
something.
for
He's
his
like, I
house
need new
or for his
cameras.
gym?
No, for the gyms.
Okay, cool.
So we thought it was a really good fit. He's a friend. He's a client. So we thought it was a good fit, being on the show. Because look, he can go to any gym anywhere in Florida and hook you up with a
Does
security
he do
system.
jiu-jitsu also?
He does not do jiu-jitsu yet.
All right.
I am going to introduce him to Bo. I think he
Yeah.
and Bo are going to get along really well because that IT side plus like the conspiracy theory.
Why don't you
stuff.
ask him to get you the camera with
Oh,
the
he's a
microphone?
is he? He's a conspiracy realist.
He's Bo Light, but he's
Bo Light.
Bo Light. But
Yeah,
I think you guys will get
Bo
along.
heavy. I like that.
So check them out at Feito. It's FEITO ITAV.com. Feito ITAV.com, and let them know the dummy sent you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share wherever you're listening. Click the bell.
Oh, that's not a bell.
That's not the bell.
If you want to go to jiu-jitsu,
As you did that,
it's gonna be a while.
as you did that, Nick's arm like stretched. I thought he did it. I thought
Yeah.
he pressed it.
How did he have
Like,
a power?
did he take one home with him? What did he do when he was here?
Gotcha.
Telepathic, bro.
Click on the bell and get alerts when we launch on YouTube. All right, thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you're enjoying the show, please help us thank our sponsor at Fightback CBD. We couldn't do this without them. Head over to their website at fightbackcbd.com. Check out their growing line of CBD products and find the solution that's right for you. That's fightbackcbd.com and get 20% off your purchase with discount code JJD. Also check them out on social media at FightbackCBD. Now back to the show.
So, okay, back to the show.
Yeah.
So you guys are dirty bastards. Do you wash your belt?
Yeah.
Do you wash it every time? Like,
Bro,
all the time?
I have to confess also, I don't do my laundry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't expect my wife to touch
I do
my keys.
I do it like sometimes. No, man, you know the stinky bags?
Yeah.
I mean, I literally it comes in that thing and I drop it right by the washer.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
and then it's hung up.
I still use it too. I use it. You know what I put in the stinky bag?
Yeah.
For anybody that doesn't know, they gave us a bunch of bags where you put your equipment in.
Great product.
But then you unzip, you zip the top when you put everything in, but
Yeah,
you
the mesh
unzip the
bag,
bottom and it falls out and it's a mesh bag, right?
Yeah.
So what I do is I bring all my stuff home in the bag, except my belt. I let my belt kind of dry on the outside of the bag. I don't wash it with the gi top in it. It's too. I take the gi out, put it in like normal, but I leave anything with Velcro, like no gi. My wife has her like wrist wraps.
straps.
If I go to,
It's good for that.
I leave anything with Velcro in there because the Velcro, because I usually throw my rash guards in there too.
Yeah.
And if the Velcro catches on the rash guards, it starts to wear them
It's
away.
also good for like women's undergarments that have like the wire,
Frilly
like that
stuff.
stiff stuff.
Okay, yeah.
And that stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't use it because the gi is too for no gi. Yeah, I flip it inside out.
Yeah.
But for the gi, I just open the same hole that I stuck it in, and I
just dump
and
it
I
out.
punch my fist through it.
Tough.
So I don't touch it because it's stinky.
Yeah, I don't expect my wife to. I don't like my wife trying to kiss me when I come home from jiu-jitsu because I'm like, you're kissing like every guy in the gym.
Yeah.
Right. You're like, I got sweat from all these other people. I'm like, I don't like her kissing me.
Yeah.
So like, I try to take a shower real quick.
Just like
So
a big
I
cum
don't
bath.
expect her to wash my geese. I do it myself.
I don't expect it either. It just
I expect a giant.
It's just she
cum
does
bath.
it.
The woman there.
It just happens.
Shout out to my wife.
Shout out to all the women out there that do
I
their
know,
husband's
right?
laundry.
Yeah.
My wife too. And
So Nick,
I
tell
do.
us about the new gig that you got. You're doing something with a radio station, but it's a podcast. Explain.
Yeah, I actually just out of nowhere. It was actually the day before my surgery, so this it's been keeping my hopes up. I lost my job. As you guys know, I lost my job.
You
at
didn't
State
lose
Patrol.
your job technically. You grabbed the bull by the horns and you went for your passion.
Well, so the State Patrol wasn't going to support my tour. All I wanted was no time pay, right? So I would take my time off and I wouldn't get any pay, and I could come back, right? And they're like, no, we can't do that. I was like, well, what the hell? They're like, well, you can always come back when you get back. I'm like, or you guys could just not pay me for 2 months. And I was like, come on, guys. They're like, no, we can't do that right now. I'm like, that makes zero sense. So you want me to reapply and try to get back with you guys when I get back because you don't want to lose me. And I'm an asset to you guys, but you won't just give me the 45 days off. I was like, okay, whatever. I quit. So I left. It's kind of sucked, but whatever. I would just kind of just said, screw it. And my girlfriend was pretty supportive. She ended up moving in right before I left, which was really nice because it made me, took a lot of stress off of me. So I did my tour, got back. And then for about 2 weeks, I kind of just sat around, relaxing for like a couple days. And then I was like, yeah, what am I going to do for work? And I used to be a carpenter. So I'm like, you know what? Why don't we give that a shot again? And I ended up getting hired with this company. Now, for anybody out there, not just veterans, but anybody out there, if you're looking to do, construction, but you're not sure what, Tradesman International is actually a national company. It's essentially it's like a temp agency for construction workers. So they'll just put you with somebody, right? And so my second day, I actually ended up getting put with this company. That was great. It had been a while. I didn't have any tools anymore because somebody had broken into my storage shed back in the day and stole all my crap. So I slowly started to buy new tools, and within 2-3 weeks, I was actually running my own crew, which was mind blowing. Because I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but apparently I did. And then the company I was working for, they did mudding and taping, sheetrocking, framing, and they also did painting. I had never painted before in my life, right? I'd done like one room before by myself. And so I want to say about a month into the job, they had me out at this place called the Chanhassen Autoplex or Motorplex. And there's these giant garage storages with it's essentially, it's man caves for rich people for their cars,
Nice.
right? So these guys have 20 cars in some of these garages. And I found out that each stall is worth over $1 million a piece. These guys got Lamborghinis, they got, so my dream car was always a year one Dodge Viper. It was a 1992 Dodge Viper. I was painting one day and this guy opens up his garage and I look back, I'm like, that looks like a 92 Dodge Viper. So I walked over there, pretending like I was painting the building. And I looked in, I was like, dude, is that a 1992 Dodge Viper? He's like, oh, you know your cars? I was like, yeah, that's been my dream car since I was a child. And so he let me come in the garage and look at it. It was pretty cool. But there's guys have Ghostbusters vehicles. Some guy had a Ninja Turtles van. I'm like, dude, that is so badass. But it was fun and it was a good job and everything like that. But I physically can't do it right now. I'm fighting with the VA to try to get to 100% because if you end up getting cancer and you're getting treatment through the VA, they have to bump you up to 100% if that leads to you losing your job. I can't even lift my daughter right now. It actually causes physical pain for me to do it. So I can't work right now. I took out my 401k from the State Patrol, and that's getting pretty low right now.
Yeah.
So I got another month and a half before I'm really struggling. So we're doing okay now, but we'll figure it out. But the day before my surgery, I got a random phone call from a buddy of mine. He's like, hey, there was a veteran who ran a veteran-run radio show, and he just left, just ended up quitting and deleted everything, right? And so he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And the radio station is called KGRA Digital Broadcasting. they didn't want to lose that veteran time slot. And so they actually asked my friend Andrew, he runs a nonprofit called Houses for Warriors. So he helps with the veteran homelessness. He actually purchased a group home. He's renting the group home from the owner, and he made it into a group home. And he's got, I think there's like 8 beds in there right now. He's housing 5 veterans, and 100% at the charge of Houses for Warriors, because the VA ended up denying his funding because he has house rules, and that's the only reason. So he doesn't want these guys drinking. He wants them to stay sober, everything like that. If they're getting a free place to stay, then they should have some rules, right? Yeah. Essentially, the funding, they told him no. And so he's getting no funding. So he's actually running that by himself. And so the radio station, the owner has like a heart for veterans, and he wanted to focus on veteran homelessness and mental health. So they offered Andrew the show. And Andrew's like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And he turned it down. So he ends up calling me and saying, hey, bro, I need you to call this person real quick. Gave me a little description of what was going on. But he's like, this girl's a producer at a radio station. I'm like, okay, cool. So I call her up and we're talking, and come to find out they're offering me and gave me, I didn't realize I already had the job before I called her. So I'm sitting here thinking I'm interviewing for this position, and it's already mine, and I didn't even know it. And so I have my own radio show called Veterans Action Report coming out November 3rd. We'll air live on, so we're streaming live on KGRA Digital Broadcasting. If you go online, it's a paid website, but my show is actually free. So anybody can listen to it. You go to KGRA Digital Broadcasting, go to the YouTube on KGRA. It's going to air live on Warriors Next Adventure Facebook and YouTube, on VAR Radio, Facebook and YouTube, and then we're also going to put it on Spotify and a bunch of other things. So
send me the link. Send me the link to the YouTube. So when we put this out,
sure.
As soon as we're done today, you email me right away so we don't forget.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we'll put it into the description on the podcast.
And congratulations.
Yeah. And congrats.
Oh, thanks, man.
That's awesome.
So now
I have my own radio show. What
are you going to talk about?
I'm so excited.
So this is a paying gig.
So the radio station isn't paying us, but okay. I get 100% of the sponsorship money. Okay. And then we also created a Patreon. What we're going to do is the show is going to be free. You can access the show on YouTube, Facebook, everywhere for free, but it's only an hour show. So what we're going to do is we're going to have extended content. So whoever we're interviewing for that day, we're going to sign off of StreamYard. We're going to hop over to another StreamYard and just record that. We're going to upload that one to the Patreon. So if you want to watch the bonus material, we're going to do giveaways from our sponsors. Warriors Next Adventure is going to give away challenge coins, and we might actually be giving away a gi. I just ordered a bunch of new gis. And the only way to get access to that is to become a Patreon. And we're only going to do $5 a month. We're not going to do different tiers. Just $5, you get everything. You get access to the giveaways. You get access to the extra content from the interviews. We're also going to have some behind-the-scenes interviews as well that we're going to add on here and there. So we'll make money off the Patreon and then the sponsors. So whatever deals I end up working out with the sponsors, which, by the way, KGRA Digital Broadcasting has an active 10,000 listeners at all times. So that's on the live radio station. So every show should be getting minimum of 10,000 listens. And then there's somewhere around like 5,000 downloads a month or something like that on the different streaming services.
Nice.
So every episode we have should get over 10,000 listens. So it's pretty lucrative for anybody who decides to sponsor us, which would be nice. As of now, we got 3 people who we're working out a deal with to become sponsors, but I decided we're going to limit it at 5. I don't want to have any more than 5 sponsors because nobody wants to sit there and listen to you talk about sponsors half the damn show, right? And it's not fair to the sponsors because they're not getting their coverage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Which, by the way, we sponsored you guys for a long time. We had to back out because our funding was extremely low, but I just want to say thank you because sponsoring you guys actually helped us out a lot. There's a lot of people that listen to your podcast, and not only do I think that your podcast is actually worth it, I love all your guests and interviews that you guys have had. You guys have had some awesome people on. Especially this guy you've had on 4 times. Yeah. That guy's awesome.
Yeah, no, guy's a little bit of a schmuck.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, I just appreciate you guys. And then going to your studio live and doing that one, that was a lot of fun. Jeremy had a great time with you guys.
That's awesome. How's he doing?
He's doing well. We talk probably once or twice a month. We don't really talk too much. He's super busy at work, and I got a million things going on with the nonprofit. So.
Is he
Yeah,
still
he's a 4th degree now.
fourth degree white belt, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the best.
Yeah.
16 stripe white belt.
Yeah.
Nice.
I told him, I was like, yeah, dude, I bet you can't wait to get your 5th stripe. He's like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, that's what happens when you suck. Just keep giving you stripes in your white belt instead of giving you a blue.
So we'll talk about how we can help you. I know I can like do some t-shirt giveaways. I've got stuff that I can give away if that's helpful for you guys.
Nice.
Don't want to get in the way of looking for paying sponsors, but I could definitely
Sure.
help out with some swag here and there, send out some t-shirts, do something
Oh,
like
that'd be
that.
nice.
We don't step
Oh,
on,
yeah.
get your 5 sponsors and hey, we just get you some swag out once in a while.
Sure.
If you want to do a
Well, I
giveaway
mean,
here and there.
even if Jiu-Jitsu Dummies wants to sponsor an episode, you guys could, send some swag and we could do a giveaway at the end of that episode.
What we'll do too
and that
is
could even be.
let's do. Do you have like an Instagram page for the show? I think you
Yeah.
set it up. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
We'll talk offline about doing like a giveaway like we've done. We'll like follow us, follow them, kind of thing, and then you'll get X amount of maybe you'll send them a WNA shirt and I'll send them some jiu-jitsu swag, something like that. Mix it up for them.
Okay.
We'll talk more about that online. We'll figure out some stuff that we can
that'd
do.
be nice.
All right.
That'd be great. And I appreciate you too, because I called you a couple days ago asking you some info about that stuff, and you kind of gave me guided me a little bit, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hopefully, use that stuff. And if you need any like designs and stuff like that, like I've got that on tap.
Dude, you ever heard of Fiverr?
Yeah.
So I went to Fiverr and I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I ended up paying like $40 or something like that to get a bunch of different things done. And the guy comes back with it looked like a 5-year-old did the logos, and I was not happy, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? There's no way this guy is going to save this. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I had to just back out.
Are you still?
I just
still
paid
need a
him.
logo?
Well,
Yeah.
we need to work on a logo. Like, I'll send you what we have for a cover photo, which I just made myself.
I saw it. That's why
Okay.
I'm offering the graphic design services.
No, you're great at it.
I'll
So
hook you up.
let's talk.
Let's get a logo done for you. Just remind me. I've got a lot going on. I'll tell you what I'm doing in a second. But I'll get a logo. I've got like a graphic design group on tap. So I just I get like 2 graphics, like everything that you see. I get like 2 graphics every morning from whatever I requested the day before. So I can just slip you in there. I already had it in the back of my mind when I saw the cover photo and like the floating images of you and the guest, like popping out of the middle. I was like, yeah, I'm going to help them with that.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
Just be patient, but like, I can get a logo done in like 2 or 3 days. And I'll send you like a couple.
The one we have at any time too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Just
What is
let me
it,
know.
for the
We'll
radio
work
show?
on some
Is
stuff.
for the radio show?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Well,
We
let's
got,
start with
we got a
let's
lot
start
of
with the
people.
logo. Then we have the logo that we could put on, other stuff that we could do together, and the giveaways and all that shit.
Okay. Yeah, I got some stuff that I'll send you too.
Just
we have some really cool guests that we're lining up. I can't say who they are yet because if they don't commit, I don't want to be a dick.
Yeah,
you know?
I never jumped the gun.
Yeah. So like we have some people in Congress that we're working on. Like this is going to be a legitimate radio show. So
Very cool, man.
I can't. Some of the guys who we have lined up, I'm shocked that they are even interested. Especially because I still have the imposter syndrome. Yeah. You're correct, my friend.
What'd you do?
No,
I didn't see.
yeah,
I thought he was looking at like his girlfriend or something off camera. What'd you say?
I'm not gonna say the name. Let the people figure it out. If they can't
Run
figure
that back,
out,
bro. Go to the videotape. Rewind that for me.
But no, we got some cool guys. We got some potential UFC fighters who are veterans. We have some potential guys in Congress, House of Representatives, so some legitimate guests. We're going to try not to go political. We are going to have some politicians on, but we're not going to do the whole.
Good luck with not going political with politicians,
dude. It's
Yeah,
a veteran.
I know, it's
It's a
gonna be fun.
veterans podcast.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to think that we're right, we're left. I'm as centered as they go. I tell people all the time, my political policy is I just want to smoke weed and carry a gun at my gay friend's wedding. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Amen.
Don't we all?
Don't tell me what to put in my body, whether it's a foul sting or a vaccine. Just leave me alone. Let me make my decisions.
I like
freedom.
that. Leave me alone.
Freedom is important.
Well, congrats on the show. And again, anything we can do to help, we'll get it going. I got some ideas.
Yeah, and then on top of that too, like if you got any veterans in the jiu-jitsu community that you looked at, I got a lot of veterans in the jiu-jitsu community in mind. Do you know Train Like a Ranger? You know who Daniel is?
Train Like a Ranger.
I think I've seen his IG. I think does he have an
Yeah.
IG? I probably
So he does personal training for people. So shout out to Train Like a Ranger.
Okay.
He does personal training stuff for people, and his packages are like $30 for like an amazing PDF and breakdown. He's super smart, autistically smart, and he came and trained with us when we were in Texas and everything. He's a great guy too. So I'm gonna try to have him on too because he's very well spoken. He's got his own podcast as well.
Yeah.
So my goal is to carry as many veterans as possible as I can, because I believe that if you get some sort of bone thrown to you like I did, right? This was a big bone tossed my way that I wasn't expecting. My goal is to bring as many veterans with me as I can.
That's good.
If I can get some veterans in the limelight, I'm gonna do it. So I'm excited to actually continue on with this.
Drew's always a great interview too. You know Drew that you met here.
Oh, I'll have Drew on for sure.
Yeah, Drew's a great interview. He's got a great story, great background.
Yeah.
So.
I really liked the podcast that we did with you guys down there. It was great. I think we flowed really well. I got a lot of comments after that one.
Yeah.
I got a couple emails from that one too. So
Bless you.
those kind of conversations about the deepness of life, right? The shit that people don't normally talk about because either that's stupid. Why are we talking about this? People just rather talk about like fucking Beyonce or the Kardashians or something. I want to talk about real stuff. I want to talk about the things that are actually going to help and change somebody's life rather than just random gossip. You know what I'm saying?
It's distraction. It's a distraction. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of dick and fart jokes that fly around every time I'm around, but you got to have an even balance.
You have to have that. Yeah.
Sounds like like my normal world.
Did TJ say? I spoke to TJ yesterday. He said you went out to pay him a visit. You didn't get to roll?
Yeah,
he can't roll. Yeah.
Oh, you can't.
No wonder I didn't see that.
So
Tyler,
are you still
Tyler
watching?
He's a WE to 5 vet, and he just finished his scholarship, and now he's going to be an ambassador. And he came to visit me. We're hanging out, and I'm like, let's go see TJ and roll with him. So Tyler got to roll with TJ.
I thought I might see you out at the gala in DC, in DC, in Dallas.
I wanted to go so bad. When was that? October 10th. So I was gone the weekend before and gone the weekend after, and I wasn't going to be able to see my kids at all. So that was like the only weekend in October I could see my kids.
Okay.
So I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I committed to next year though.
Yeah.
I got a question though. I know people are different, when they can't roll. Do you still watch jiu-jitsu? Or
no, I want nothing to do with jiu-jitsu.
See, some people are like that. Like
if you can't do it,
you don't want it around you.
Nothing to do with it. I don't like watching football. I like playing football. It's fun, but watching it, I don't really want to. Like MMA, I kind of quit watching MMA because it makes me want to fight again.
That's how I am with car racing.
Jiu-jitsu, it's like I do enjoy watching it sometimes, but I'm not.
How about a car race?
Huge fan of the sport, to be honest. Like I like doing it.
How about car racing?
He's doing it though. Yes, I don't know if he watches it. I'm saying he's racing a car.
Well, no. I'm saying because I race cars too, but I didn't watch racing as much.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing it more than watching.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't watch racing either.
I mean, we asked that question of a lot of guests. Like, are you a fan of jiu-jitsu? Because some people find jiu-jitsu boring. They want to do it. Like Elizabeth Clay would be like, no, I'm on my phone at a competition, like not really watching anybody unless it's a friend. So she was like, no, I'm not. Like, I'll look at the highlights, I'll fast forward, but she's not watching.
Oh, give me at a tournament coaching people? Hell yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things to do is coach my teammates. Yeah. But like just sitting there watching people who I don't know, I'm like, I don't.
No, see, I'm the if I can't do it, I will. That's probably when I watch videos and flow grappling more because I feel like I'm training this still. I know that sounds corny. I'm training in my mind.
It's true though.
I'm like I can't. I don't feel like it's a total loss if I'm not training. When I knock on wood, when I've been hurt, or just been out, I'm like I want to. I actually watch more because I'm like, well, I'm not getting the physicality of I'm not getting to do it. Let me feed my brain, and it feeds my soul a little bit too. It's like
still visualization.
When I was fighting MMA, I had a flow grappling thing, and I'd watch jiu-jitsu, I'd watch MMA, I'd watch all kinds of stuff because it essentially was
studying.
like, was studying. you know, but for me, like with jiu-jitsu tournaments, you know, I mainly do locals. I've never done IBJJF. It's so expensive, dude. And I'm like, you know what? I can get some decent competition at the grappling industries have been great. You know, the sub hunts are fun. Like there's a lot of local ones that actually turn out pretty good. We got Mike Ellefson runs one here in Minnesota called St. Croix Valley Grappling Games. And that one's great. The only problem is it's so big. Like if you do gi and no gi, you get like a 3-hour wait between competitions. Yeah. So it's like, I just do gi. And I'm like, I'm not going to screw all that. And then I don't have to show up till like 1 o'clock. It's kind of nice.
You going to compete again, Miguel?
I think so. Yeah. I like it. I like competing.
What belt are you?
I'm a blue belt, like a really bad one. Yeah.
No, he's not. Bullshit. No, he's not. He's
How long have you been training?
He was a very good white belt, and he's a very good blue belt.
October 7th was my second year.
Second full year.
Okay.
Full year of training, yeah.
Wrestling background, though, you know, so one of those. So.
Yeah. Okay. I was shitty at combatives, too. In the military.
To it quickly, I told the story way back when I think I guessed it. I'm like, you wrestle? Like, I just, when I rolled with him the first time, I was like, you wrestled? I could just tell just the mannerisms, the way he rolled, the way he moved. I was like,
I know how to handle a man, you know?
Sorry, I just got like a cringe went up my spine.
That's going on. That's going on TikTok. Cut that right out.
I see you guys started using TikTok, dude. It's great because it's free advertising.
I freaking love it. I haven't been able to post. I'll tell you what's been going on with me. I haven't been able to post a lot. Just things have been hectic. We haven't shot as much, and I was posting a lot of the just a lot of snippets from the show. Sure. I'm gonna try to do a giveaway soon too, so which was pretty successful. But yeah, man, it's fun. I got hooked on watching the stuff. You know, not
I hate
just
TikTok
posting.
so much, dude.
Oh man, I think it's hilarious.
But it's
I hate it because I sit there and look at all these students like, oh, look at the kitty. I'm a child, man.
Yeah.
Like if I see a cute dog, I'm like, oh, puppy. You know, I have a theory that I tell a lot of my veterans, a theory in life. I call it pet the puppy. Right. And they're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, pet the puppy. Like, how many men walk around and inside their head, they go, oh, look at that puppy. And they want to go pet the dog, but they don't. Because, like, I'm a man. You know, fuck that. I'm going to go pet that puppy. And if someone talks shit, I'm going to choke them out. You know?
Yeah.
Fuck those people. Pet the puppy.
I pet the puppy all the time, but that's what me and my wife call it. But it's something different. I don't think we're talking about the same thing.
And I'm bad. And I'm bad. He says I'm bad.
No, it's just do what you want to do, man. There's too many folks out there just fucking float through life.
In the spirit of quitting jobs, so Flow and Roll, he had his regular gig and did Flow and Roll on the side for years. Mm-hmm. He last year went out on his own.
Congrats.
Nice.
Congrats to Sean.
I know, yeah.
So running full time and awesome. So happy and proud of him. You left your job to do WNA, to do Warriors Next. Proud of you. Look what's happening. Good stuff. I resigned from my job last Friday.
Oh, congratulations. I know you said you were thinking
6 years with the company. I ran a marketing company for about 8 years. Partially out of my home when I first started, and then I moved into an office and grew. And I joined 8 years in, joined another company, worked for them for the last 6 years. 2 of them COVID years. And it's been rough. It's been rough because I didn't have the same job I had when we were in the office. You know, smiling and dialing, sales. Did not love it. It was just time. So what I've done is we're going to be doing the podcast. It's, is this the first time maybe that we're doing one during the week together? Yep. I think I've done like maybe 1 or 2 during the week before. Maybe it's because it's been a holiday, or now I could say it. I took off and said, hey guys, I need the day off. And I ran down to Miami and did a podcast.
You need to polish the puppy, right?
Yeah, polish the puppy. Yeah, I need a day off. I got to polish the puppy.
Pet the puppy.
So, pet the puppy. I like polish the puppy. That works too. It works too.
That sounds like it sounds like a exactly. I was gonna say one person
polish the knob.
It's a stuffed
puppy. So anyway, I left my job. I resigned last Friday. Already had things in motion to reopen my marketing company, which is, lo and behold, Black Belt Digital Marketing. They're sponsoring the show now as well. I just basically turned everything on that I did before and everything that I've been doing for the last 6 years, plus, and a lot more. So going to, obviously market to the martial arts community. I had people come to me and ask me to do their marketing for their gyms. So it was kind of like, I knew I was leaving. It was coming. I was almost ready. And then I had people approach me just randomly. I didn't pitch them. They were like, hey, I need some help with this. I know you do marketing. And I was just like, all right, it's time. So now I get to do the podcast during the week, free up my weekends with the family, and
more jiu-jitsu,
more jiu-jitsu, control my life. I can talk about it more. I can do it more. And I can.
That's one thing we talked about. More jiu-jitsu. He was like, I got to expense UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah, I got to buy Fight Pass.
We got to study.
So let's talk. I'm going to just talk about that real quick. I can't go into details about it, but we're working on something with an MMA team, well known in the martial arts community. I can't say the name, but we're going to be doing some things with them, and we've got some big names coming on the show from the MMA UFC universe.
I'm a huge fan.
So yeah, and Miguel's like chomping at the bit. I was like, bro, this is like perfect timing. We could shoot during the week. I know he can join me during the week once in a while, and we're gonna have some famous UFC,
and we got our weekend,
including a former world champion sitting in the studio, and I'm super excited.
Awesome.
So
y'all need to get Cyborg in there, man.
Have you heard what's been going on?
Are you trolling right now?
I don't know if he's trolling
I don't know
me
if he's trolling or not.
No,
Yeah.
You don't know what's been going on.
It's not a good look
really
right now.
That stuff.
No.
All right, good.
Yeah. Let's just say that's not going to happen anytime soon. And just go look at the news on Fight Sports over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
the last couple of months.
You know what? I got you, bro. Don't worry.
Just Google Fight Sports and Cyborg. We'll leave
You're
it there.
on Instagram, right? I got you.
I still don't know if with his smile if he's trolling us or not.
I still don't know.
He's fucking with me.
I have no clue.
No? Oh, really? Man. Okay, yeah. Miguel will loop you in.
Yeah, man.
But I wish we could. I wish we would have. That was a big part of having the studio in Miami too. Was we had Bo set this up in an apartment building that he owns the apartment.
Well, he's been here. Nick's
yeah. Well, you've been here, but I don't know if everybody knows the whole background.
Nice studio, man.
So part of that was getting into this world down here where everybody comes to compete. The fight to wins are right around the corner. I mean, it was great, and then all this craziness happened with some sexual assault allegations. Not allegations. I mean, statute rapes.
Yeah.
Right. And so at other locations, not in Miami, not something. You got to look at the news and
it's a bit of a complicated story.
Yeah, it's a bit complicated. I didn't think we would talk about it, but I thought you were messing with us when you said that. But anyway, so really, we Miguel and I both separated from Fight Sports. He was at Wagner's. I was at Fight Sports up in Coral Springs, and we've moved up. My gym actually changed their name because of
they dropped the affiliation.
They dropped the affiliation, and Miguel's.
While you were talking, I kind of just read into it for a second.
Yeah. We may just cut this part out.
Yeah.
I've got to get.
I don't think anything was said that hasn't been said already.
Yeah. So it's again, it's complicated. I'm going to change my little Facebook thing to it's complicated in my jiu-jitsu section. And
it's
relationship
complicated.
with jiu-jitsu complicated.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've got plenty of other names.
Man.
Yeah, man, it really sucks, and I mean, it sucks for the victims. It sucks for
the people stuck. Stuck in the middle. You know what I mean? That live.
Well, the people that got to relocate gyms, and you don't think about that, right? So obviously the victims.
That's for sure. That goes without saying, bro.
But it does suck for everybody else too, man. Like having to relocate gyms and all that
friends.
stuff. And I mean, my heart goes out to everybody dealing with that shit. That sucks.
Man.
Yeah. So, and well, look, I'm a true believer in everything happens for a reason. My gym changed its name. I didn't go for 2 weeks. Worked out in the house, and I'm right back in the gym. And
good.
Happy.
My kids love the new gym, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really like
Enzo
it.
Gracie's
Henzo Weston.
And Weston.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's like a good environment.
Yeah.
I'm getting used to the mat color, to be honest with you.
Which is what?
It's sand.
It's
not a color that I like because I don't like the desert. It's sand, bro.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the color of the mats are literally sand.
Really?
Like the color sand.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's like somebody working at McDonald's.
The kids loving it, though?
Yeah.
Like
Good kids program?
too.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. I didn't hear you, man. What'd you say?
No, does he crank it up, crank the heat up to about 110 degrees?
You know what? It's Dude, Felipe does not like paying air conditioning bills.
I think the AC is gone on occasion.
He doesn't. I don't think he likes paying air conditioning bills, but he's like, it's old school jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
He's like, it's hot in Brazil, bro.
I have no comment. I have no comment, Felipe.
I don't go there anymore. I can say it now. It's just guest spot.
We've gone old school.
About 80 degrees.
We've gone old school once in a while where it's like, wow, it's hot in here.
Yeah.
It's like you walk in, you're like, it's hotter inside than it is outside.
I've gotten
you're
that.
like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, the wintertime up here in Minnesota, like it can be like in February, like January, February, it can be down to like negative 25 degrees, like with a negative 65-degree wind chill.
Yeah.
And then you go into the gym and you're sweating the second that you get inside that place.
Wow.
No.
Yeah. You go outside and jump in the snow.
Do the windows, are they just like covered in water?
Dude, yeah, it looks like one of those like waterfall things, like water just slowly dribbling down.
Yep. Oh my goodness, man!
Don't love that.
I couldn't imagine. I mean, I guess I could. I lived in Toledo, Ohio, for like a couple of years.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I grew up in Florida, and then I lived in North Carolina. I never really lived in a winter environment, but like, there's like a whole protocol of just like living in that. Like, you have to have stuff in your trunk always.
Yeah.
And then like the layering, and then. At a certain point, you just like forget it, bro. Like I know I'm going to the store, so I'm not gonna wear a coat because if I gotta wear a coat, then I gotta take it off when I get in the store, and then I gotta put it back on. Nah, bro. I was like, forget this.
Where have you lived? Where did you grow up?
I was born in Colombia, South America.
Okay.
And then I lived in Miami, Kendall.
Okay.
For people who don't live in Florida, I just say Miami. And then I joined the military. Basic AIT airborne school. 3 different states, and then I was at Fort Bragg, which is North Carolina. So
I was in Goldsboro, right up the road.
Oh, nice, Goldsboro.
Yeah, I was at Shady J.
Shady J, nice. Yeah, Pope Air Force Base is now Pope Army Base.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's no longer an Air Force Base. Yeah,
we used to go down to Bragg all the time to shoot our 50 cals.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh,
that's a long range. Long range.
Just to shoot nothing else.
Range road, man. And
so North Carolina is the only state that you've been in that kind of really has a winter.
Yeah, dude. If one snowflake falls in North Carolina, everything shuts down.
Dude, when I was stationed there back in, I think it was 2009, it snowed like 3 inches and they closed everything. And I had a rear-wheel drive Camaro, and I'm just driving around like, where is everybody?
Yeah.
Because I'm from Minnesota, it's like, okay, we deal with like foot of snow is like a decent snowfall, and
like
it's like
snowmobile to school weather.
That's when
the kids still go to school.
When that happened,
when I was in middle school, like no shit, I actually rode a snowmobile to school a few times.
I have a friend that lived in Minnesota, and he actually told me that story, and I was just like, I don't really.
Yep.
Yeah, usually the outstate,
they do it.
In the cities they don't really allow it, but outstate there's snowmobile parking at schools.
So when that snowstorm happened in 2009, that's when I signed out of my unit and I was out of the Army. And
oh really?
Yeah, and I got pulled over on base as soon as I turned out of my company, because you have to like. Getting out of the Army is like a whole process, and like the worst part of it is turning your clothes back in because you don't have a pile cap or something. And then
what does that mean? What do you mean pile cap?
Pile cap is the hat that has the fluffy ears on it that you could fold up here. That's called a pile cap.
Okay.
It's okay. You're from Florida,
yeah.
But anyways, when you get out, you like get all these things, and then like you get all these stamps and you get all these signatures, and the last thing you have to do is you have to go to your unit, and there's like a book that means absolutely nothing, and you like, I'm out of the Army now, like you sign out like you for like the last time.
I just traced my middle finger.
Yeah, you could do whatever. It's
I was like, what do you mean? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I probably drew a dick. And
dude, when I went to go sign out, I went to supply, and they're like, oh yeah, you already checked off. I'm like, yeah. So I left with a trunk full of military gear.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm signed off. Whatever. I'm keeping my stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no thieves in the military. It's just everybody's just trying to get their shit back.
Well, it's reappropriating gear.
Yeah, and so I pull out of my unit, and it'd been snowing like crazy. It's never like that, and I hit like black ice, and I slid past a stop sign, and I get pulled over by an MP, and he's like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, bro, I just signed out. I just got out of the military right now. I'm going home. And he was like, drive carefully. And I was like I could have avoided that anyways. That's the reason why they're called accidents. Like, it's not on purpose. That's called manslaughter or something like that, you know? But anyways, yeah, dude, I remember that snowstorm very vividly.
Yeah, dude, it wasn't even that bad. It was like 2 inches, 3 inches. Yeah. Everyone's losing their mind. I'm like, dude, come on.
The PX.
It was
you'd hate it in New York.
Man. When they shut down. So like this thing happens when they shut down posts. It's like they send out like messages, people call you and stuff like that. The first thing that happens is there's a traffic jam at this place called the Class 6, which is where they sell the booze. And dude, it gets gnarly because especially like if there's like a shutdown like on a Thursday and they're like Thursday, Friday, you're off. They like the first thing they do is they corral everybody up and they give you the speech of the don't beat your wife, don't beat your kids, don't beat your dogs, wrap your stump before you hump.
We always just said don't add to the population, don't take away from the population.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, wrap your stump before you hump. You know, call a buddy, this and that.
If you go to jail, you better have a wingman.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And they let you go, bro. It's don't drive because everybody's drunk. Yeah. The booze is gone.
Seems accurate. Yeah.
Especially at Fort Bragg.
Yeah. Jeez.
Hey, so question for you, man. Did you with your combative stuff, what level combatives did you go through?
I think I got up to level 2 because I got my level 1 in sapper school. And then we started doing level 2 back at the unit. I don't know if that's in my DD214 or not. I know level 1 definitely is, but then the other stuff was just like supplementary. I never got all the way up to like, I know you get up to like sticks and stuff like you start.
Well, I think level 4, you go down to, was it Georgia? What's the
Dahlonega or Benning?
Or is it Mississippi? Maybe it's Benning. I'm not sure, and I only went through the second one.
Yeah,
they were actually going to send me, because I was an MMA fighter at the time, so they were actually going to send me to level 3 and level 4, and then I was actually going to become an instructor on our Air Force base. And like a week before they were going to send me, I ended up crashing my motorcycle at like 70 miles an hour.
Nice. What were you wearing?
And what's that?
What were you wearing?
So I was lucky because I had a helmet on, because North Carolina has a helmet law.
Yep.
Like, and if you're in the military, you have to wear a helmet. Yeah. And I had like a jacket on with like shoulder pads and everything. But when I was sliding feet first. So my jacket slid up and I had road rash all up and down my back.
Wait, so if you're in the military and you have a motorcycle,
you have to wear a helmet.
Doesn't matter what the law is.
It doesn't matter, yeah. Hold on. I know why you crashed. Were you wearing a PT belt?
I wasn't wearing a PT belt.
There you go.
That's why I crashed.
That's why you crashed.
What's
it's a reflective belt that they make you wear. They make you wear this. It's for everything. Like if you're in PT is like physical training. So like part of your physical training uniform is a PT belt. So if you're in short sleeve and shorts, it goes around your waist. And if you're in your jacket, then it goes across your chest. But if you drive a motorcycle, it's literally they make you wear a safety belt.
And nobody wears it.
And it's like everybody wears it. But it's like the biggest joke in the Army. So they're like, anything bad that happens, like, well, did you have your PT belt on?
I know, right? You get your leg blown off in Iraq. Well, did you have your PT belt on?
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, so they were going to send me, but they ended up canceling it. And then 2 weeks later, they sent me to Afghanistan. I was like, so I can't go to combatives,
but I go
to Afghanistan.
Nice.
I'm like, okay. I mean, I was cool with it. That was a 50 cal mission, so I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll take it.
I missed that deployment. I got Iraq 3 times.
I went to Iraq. I was in Camp Uka in 2008, and then 2009, 2010, I was in Balad.
Oh, Balad's nice.
Mortaritaville, man. Yeah. We got mortared like 185 times in like 185 days. It was fucking ridiculous.
I was in my third one. I was in Sardar City. And we were the last unit there, and we were handing it over to the Iraqi force. So like our base it was already a small base. I remember I had to run like 30 laps to do like 4 miles. And our base just kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And dude, it was just like it was just getting attacked constantly, just like dumb shit. But they would miss. It would just like fly over because our base was just so small. And we were like right next to a mall that was attached to a gas station. The gas station would catch on fire all the time because people would just get in fights. Gas is free over there, by the way. A lot of people, it's free. It's just free. And there's people in donkeys that have and they go to the
Tanks.
gas station and they fill up tanks and then drive off in a donkey. And then they sell the gas.
It's interesting.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of.
Then they sell the gas.
And then they sell the gas.
Literally just
That's
in
right.
giant barrels in the back of a donkey cart.
Yeah.
Like that you can just pull up to them and you'll get your gas from a donkey cart. It's
Yeah. And because it's convenient because gas is free. So just like pretend that a commodity that you need is free. Think about how hectic that place would be.
Mhm.
Right.
So is that like
So gas stations are a shit show.
mobbed and
It's just a
crazy?
shit show. No, it's you go there and like everybody's in every single direction and there's a lot of yelling. And,
It's like a flea
And
market.
then- and then more often than I don't know how many gas stations on fire you've seen, but 100% of them that I've seen have been not in America.
So did you ever eat at the truck stops?
My first deployment, which we pushed, we drove from Kuwait into Fallujah. There was like this little place. It was right outside of the base that we were at, and they did like the foot bread and the chicken. And then once we saw like,
Footbread was so good.
yeah, but it's real nasty if you see them make it.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
don't watch. You just eat it. Just trust that it's going to taste delicious.
Yeah, no, it gave.
Don't even ask how it was made.
Yeah, it got me a couple times.
Yeah,
And
dude.
this was before.
Yeah, I saw them making
this
it
was
once, and I was like,
before-
"Oh, gross! Oh,
Yeah.
that's so disgusting." Like while I'm eating it.
Yeah, but this was like before Porta Johns and like before like I went to Iraq 3 times, right? So like the first time I went, like you came back, people wanted to buy you drinks. The second time you went, it was kind of cool. And then the third time you went, they would tell you how many family members are over there and they're not in the military. It was like, oh yeah, my cousin's over there. He works for Ready Ice. Oh yeah, my cousin's over there. He works for Kellogg Brown and Root.
Yeah.
Oh, my cousin's over there, or my grandma, or like, dude, I went from like
My
eating.
grandma.
Yeah, I went from like eating tea rations, which are like things that come like in cans, to like in only MREs, and there was no toilets, and you had to like burn your own poop, and like it was just like really like establishing.
So
our
you were
presence
there in like 03, 04.
yeah,
then,
yeah,
huh?
yeah. I did the push into Fallujah, right
Oh,
after
geez.
the Marines did, yeah, and from that to every Friday was surf and turf, and you could have cake
Dude,
and ice cream.
The first
and-
time I had
Yeah.
lobster
Yeah.
was in Iraq.
Wow.
the first time you had what?
First time I had lobster was in Iraq.
Yeah, same actually. I think you're right.
It was actually delicious. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, it was pretty good.
And there's
then,
no army people cooking it.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah, it's all American food.
Contractors. Yeah.
yeah, but the contractors were a lot of the times they're from it's attached not attached to
Nepal,
India.
dude. And
It was
Philippines
Nepal, and then
shit.
there was what was the other one?
Tibet.
That little island off India.
Oh,
not
those
not
guys,
Madagascar.
dude. I was there when Michael Jackson
Sri
can't
died.
remember.
Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Yeah, that's what it is. I was
Sri
there,
Lanka, there you
when,
go.
when Michael Jackson died. All those guys quit that day. Like that. Like I didn't know how
It broke
popular.
their hearts.
Yeah, I didn't know how popular Michael Jackson was, dude. I mean, bawling,
Strangest podcast ever.
bawling, crying, and we're like, bro, it's surf and turf day. Like,
Where you going?
it's just like,
I'm out.
it's like, do you know what Michael Jackson did? Maybe.
Yeah.
Dude, in Afghanistan in 2011, 2012, I don't remember when we were there for like 6 months. So it was sometime while I was there, we stopped at a truck stop, and they were selling shawarma and foot bread, and I went in there and I traded a Gatorade for some shawarma, and my medic is like, bro, don't eat that. I'm like, come on, it's fine. He's like, no, you're gonna get dysentery. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's fine.
Dysentery.
I was like, I got a steel stomach. We'll be fine. So I ate it, and the next day we were out on a convoy. And so I don't know if I told this story on this podcast. I've told it on mine a few times, and it's pretty gross. But we were driving down doing a recon at night. And so I was a 50 cal gunner on a convoy team. So what we did, we did presence patrols, but we also did like route clearance and everything like that, looking for IEDs. And I was the Delta gunner. So that was Obama time frame. So we weren't allowed to do anything. So I literally just sat there and just hoped I wouldn't die. So we ended up stopping outside of a village, and they wanted to do a recon. So the gunners and the drivers stayed in the vehicles. And so I'm sitting there with my feet kicked up, drinking a Monster, probably my 4th of the day.
Not a rip it.
Yeah, they actually didn't have Rippets there.
Oh, that's bullshit.
So yeah, so all I drank was Monster, but whatever. So I'm sitting there, and next thing you know, all I hear is like, I'm like, oh my God. I was like, Jesus Christ, I gotta go. And so the MRAPs had that slow hydraulic door.
Yeah.
And so I yelled at my driver, I was like, dude, lower the door now. I gotta go. And so I jump down. I'm trying to get all my gear off in the back of the truck, and the door gets stuck. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So I go back to climb up, but I couldn't get up. And so I just took my gear off, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to shit in this MRAP. And so, and the MRAP is like essentially like a giant like bus, right?
Yep.
And so I'm like, dude, I was like,
That's
oh my
pressurized.
God. Yeah. So like I look around, there's a box, like a care package box. I'm like, oh my God, I dumped the shit out. You know the seats in the back? There's 2 seats next to each other.
Yeah.
So I put the box underneath that space. In the
and
two
you
seats
straddled it.
Yeah, cheek to cheek. And I sat there, and next thing you know, it just started coming out, dude. Like, you ever seen Jurassic Park? You know that part where they see the Triceratops,
Yeah.
the giant mound of shit? That's about what it looked like. It just kept coming. And next thing you know, all I hear is my driver in the front just going, he's like, I hate
The windows
I'm like,
don't.
"Bro,
The
I'm
windows don't open. By the way.
no,
Oh,
there's no
shit.
windows. So he's opening. I feel the MRAP start to shake because it's hydraulic doors. So he's opening and closing the door to try to get some wind in there, and the whole MRAP is shaking. And I'm trying.
The
not to
doors
shit
weigh like
outside this
1,000
box.
pounds.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
And so this box wasn't that deep, right? It was pretty shallow, and it kept going. I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to overflow this box. And so finally I get done. And dude, so you'll understand, Milton might not, but all I had to wipe was the tissue from an MRE.
One.
Right.
Just one pack.
One pack.
You're gonna
right? So
you're gonna
it's
have to
like
use the
this
wrapper.
tiny little dainty.
It's like the
it's
size
like
of a
tissue
matchbox.
paper,
It's the
bro.
size of a matchbox, and it's like I don't know what less than 1 ply is, but it's that. It's called John Wayne tissue paper. And
If you use it to wipe your butt, your finger goes through it. That's what I'm saying. You know,
They call
it's
it
that
John.
kind of toilet paper.
I don't know if you
So
heard of it.
I'm sitting
for
here trying to dab so I don't like run
Yeah.
out of room, right? And eventually I got it all. And so I look up and I was like, bro, are you okay? He's like, I hate you. My driver is just dying. He's like, bro, that's the worst smell I've ever smelled in my life. I was like, I'm sorry. And then the door finally goes down after the massacre is done. And so I take this box and I'm like, what am I going to do with this, right? It's midnight, right? It's dark out. And I'm like, fuck it. I throw the box. And so I just chucked it to the side, right? And so I get back up in there. I get dressed again. And I get back on the headset. And I'm like, bro, nothing. I'm like, dude, nothing. I was like, Serge. And he just goes back. He clicks the radio back on because there's a switch where you can mute people out. He clicks the switch. He's like, I'm never talking to you again. That was the grossest thing. He's like, I threw up on myself because of you. And I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. He wouldn't talk to me the rest of the night. And so I'm sitting there up there and I'm on top of the MRAP just contemplating life after my experience I just had. And I'm looking around and I'm like, where did that box go? And I look down and I'm like, dude, it landed right on a doorstep. Come to find out that was the sheik of the village.
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, oh, I threw a shit box right. So the sheik is like the leader of the village,
Yeah.
for those who don't know. And then I also realized that was actually a care package that my friend Matt just sent me. And his address was still in the box. I called him. I was like, bro, if you get a box from Afghanistan, don't open that box.
Yeah.
Either shit or anthrax, one of the two.
I will spare this podcast from 2 poop stories, but I was working at a prison once and the prison was like a 15-minute ride from like where I slept. I got driven back to my chew and wrapped in garbage bags.
Oh my God.
Chew is where you sleep.
I take it you didn't make it.
Yeah. I
Oh,
was,
shit on yourself, and
and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Sort
yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I just tied up the laces. Do you have laces on the bottom of your pant legs?
Oh no.
I tightened them up.
And you shit on yourself.
And bro, I couldn't. It was like a thing. It was just like that. Like
Why
I
not
couldn't.
let it just come out then? Why,
no,
why
because
are
it
you
just
gonna keep it in?
because then I would have ruined the guard shack for the next guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you had to shit
I
on
was
yourself.
20 feet up in
You
the
were
air.
so
Oh, okay,
thoughtful.
okay.
Yeah, I was 20 feet up in the air, and dude, it was like I couldn't. It was just like
You got to go somewhere.
no, it wasn't
the
even that. It
moral
was
of
just
the
like it
story
was I
is-
couldn't.
Don't
It didn't.
eat truck stop
Yeah.
food in Afghanistan and always have spare pants.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those. The thing. This was.
I don't know what I'm gonna name this podcast. I don't know what I can or should name.
Shit
it.
The best part,
Yeah.
Milton,
Shit
is just
hap-
watching your face. Like,
Shit
I don't
happens.
know what to do
There you
right
go.
now.
Shit happens with Nick Rahn and
This is what
Miguel
happens. When you get,
Lequerica.
dude, those are the real like everybody thinks war stories are like, and I busted down the door and I saw him and nah, bro, it's like dumb stuff like how did you get liquor into country? I was like, because everybody's got that story like personally, I was married at the time, you know, and so what my ex-wife did was she bought a jar of olives and she emptied out the olive juice and she poured in vodka and left the olives in there. And then
Eat the olives.
and then she bought like that whatever that material is, and then just bought a heat gun. So it looked like a package of olives.
That's fucking
And
smart.
and now I had like a dirty martini every time.
We had one do that with
Yeah.
Gatorade bottles.
Gatorade, there's a big popular one was Jack Daniels into the brown Listerine.
Ew.
But people couldn't get the Listerine taste out of the plastic, even though they cleaned it a bunch. So it was
Yeah.
always like Jack Daniels Listerine kind of
Gross.
thingy.
There's Listerine in my Jack Daniels.
Yeah, but
So that means it tasted like Jägermeister.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And on that note,
Yeah.
we're going to leave it there.
All right.
We're going to leave that part there. Nick, we're going to let you go. We got some shout outs and I got some gifts for these
Sure,
guys. I'm not going to put you through all that. But listen, I appreciate you. I'm glad to see you doing well. Keep us in the loop.
Thanks, man.
Let
Pleasure
me know what
meeting
help
you.
I can give you on the podcast and the graphics. Reach out to me. Let's get that logo done first, and then that'll lead us to doing other things if you need help with
sure.
with like the Facebook cover photo and stuff like that. So we'll
Yeah.
talk. All right,
I'm gonna
brother?
find
Yeah,
you.
so
I'm gonna find you on
Shout
Instagram.
out to the
Yeah.
VAR radio on KGRA Broadcasting. You can go to KGRA Digital Broadcasting on Google and you'll find it. Our show is not on the website yet. Our first episode is actually going to be November 3rd at 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm
Did
sorry,
you do a
3
test
p.m.
show?
Central Time.
Did you do a test show or something, or that was just your podcast? That you
No,
did the other
that
day?
was Warriors Next Adventure
Okay,
podcast. I just
all
did one more podcast just
Okay.
to kind of say goodbye to everybody, but also let them know about the show. So that was
Yeah.
my first time mentioning it. So
Okay.
Nice.
KGRA Digital Broadcasting, you go to VAR. I think I named it VAR Radio on YouTube, but Veterans Action Report. So Veterans Action Report is a veteran-run show. I have 100% creative control of the show. I have 100% control of the guests. So if it sucks, it's my fault. But I'm going to make sure it doesn't.
I just blame
Uh,
Bo.
So yeah,
Yeah, sure.
we'll be airing on VAR Facebook. We'll be airing on Warriors Next Adventure Facebook. Every single show, we're going to donate a portion of the proceeds to Houses for Warriors. That actually helps veterans with the homeless population. And Warriors Next Adventure, which is an organization that I started to help vets with PTSD and suicide prevention. So it's going to be a lot of good stuff. We have a lot of really good guests on the list. I think we have 6 guests locked in. So for the next 6 weeks, starting November 3rd, we got some pretty good guys coming to us.
Awesome. Congrats.
Mm.
Appreciate you, man. Keep on doing what you're doing, man, and stay
Of course.
healthy. Let us know.
Yeah,
how
thanks for
everything
having me
goes.
on
Oh,
again,
yeah.
guys. I
All right,
appreciate
brother.
you guys. And congrats on your brown belt, man.
Thank
Oh,
you, man.
yeah.
Appreciate it. Peace.
All right.
Ooh, that's what
Later,
you should
guys.
call it. Brown belt stories.
Yeah, right. Take care, man.
See you guys.
All right. Awesome dude, man. I did
Yeah.
not think that was gonna we're gonna talk about that much bullshit.
Yeah.
Literal shit.
Just
I
shit.
guess. Hey, do me a fit, grab that
Hey, listen, the shit's happening.
don't go anywhere, people. We got lots of stuff for you.
The
So you got that,
shit's happened.
Oh, you got that?
Can
you get that in the middle?
Actually, we're
So
going to get it in front of you. But yeah, we got it.
I wanted you to hold it up
Yeah.
because you're gonna get the next one.
This big?
You'll be able to choose what you want. I guess really you can get this one like
Wow.
this. Go to for yourself and anybody out there, go to etsy.com/shop/this tribal guy. You can look at what he has there. I'm going to put you together with Patrick, who made this,
Nice.
and you're going to get to have him create you one.
yeah.
You'll be able to do it's. I don't expect you to do one like a podcast.
yeah.
You'll tell him your life story. You'll tell him about the military, and he's going to tell your story with the tribal
Yeah, it's just
symbols.
like very, very
You understand it,
Polynesian.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
He's going to tell your story using the tribal shapes and what you
I
see
got
there.
you, man.
So you're up next. So probably I'll put you together this
This
week.
thing's awesome, by the way.
Yeah, man, I love it. I love
Feels
it. You got to
good.
find some place to like hang it, like put it up on the wall. Or something.
Yeah.
So you can put that there. So that's why I put it near you because I was
Okay.
like, I wanted you to hold it up because you're going to get one. And you could check Patrick out at this tribal guy with an underscore at the end. This tribal guy underscore on Instagram, and you can check out all the stuff. All right, guys. I got some gifts for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do them one at a time. Let me see. I got to do this by size. So, do you have this one yet from Flow and Roll?
I do not.
Do you have this one? Bo, you got me here.
Is that
Yeah, I got you.
Flow and
Run your
Roll,
mouth?
The journey. Run your mouth and find out.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
So now you got that one.
All right.
All right. I got you a Whoop.
Nice catch.
So I got you black belt graphic design.
Yeah.
Although we're calling it black belt digital marketing now.
Yeah.
So I printed this one, so you get the last one. You
Black-
get the one and only white one.
Black Belch.
Black belt.
I get a white black
So
belt.
now it's like a super collectible. 'cause
Yeah.
There's only one.
Yeah.
I'm going to NFT it.
So this one's for you. as well. Another flowing.
I don't know what that means.
Eminence.
Eminence.
Recognize superiority. It's got some.
It's got some stuff down there.
Yeah. It says, reach for the stars, but keep your feet on the ground. Flow and roll.
There you go.
There you go.
If I see somebody reading
Make sure
the
you wear-
bottom of
Make
that,
sure you're wearing these on the podcast when you come
I
back.
will, yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I love these weekday podcasts, by the way.
This is good.
This is my new jam.
I don't want to do them on. I mean, unless we have to, we're not going to do them on Saturdays.
No, yeah, that's...
We're doing them during the
Yeah.
week now, if we can.
I like
and
it.
there's a lot of
This one- As soon as I said it, we're doing them during the week. Somebody's like, one of the guests that I was trying to, he's like, yeah, I'm only available on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the?
And you know,
Oh,
half of the car shows, half of the good car shows are on Saturdays.
There you go.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a car show.
Sounds
all
like a
year.
win-win-win.
So you weren't around to get this. Was
Yes!
inspired by you, right?
It's pink.
Juan Danahead. You wanted that, right?
Yeah.
You wore those pink flamingo shorts here.
Yeah.
So when I saw it, I'm like, I gotta get him.
Did you
something weird
ever
to do
send
that.
us stuff over to the Uncommon to
One of those?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I thought
was
he-
waiting
I thought
for you
he
to
won.
No. Oh. Yeah. No. I sent them.
Okay, good.
Did I send him this or did I let him? I think I let him choose a podcast today.
Okay.
Yes, I did send him. Is that the guy that you were training with?
Yeah.
Over at Wagner's?
Yeah, he's still legit, dude.
Okay. Yeah. I sent it.
Yeah.
I always send. If I say I'm going to send it, I'm a little behind on some of the
Oh, I
Patreon
bet.
giveaways, but
It's a lot of stuff going on.
yeah. So I got one for Bo as well.
Oh.
Juan Danahead for Bo.
I've worn my other one, my gray one.
Do you have this? You have this in
I
gray?
have that one. yeah,
Okay. Well,
in
I
gray.
got that one for you. As well.
Bam.
Or you can give that to somebody if you want.
Whee.
Then
Dude,
this
my
was,
son loves those videos.
Yeah.
this one, I had these like sitting here for you. This
Yeah.
is from. Do you remember Steve Williams? He black
Yeah.
belt under Danaher.
Yeah.
So we got the one Danaher.
Dude,
and
his
we
videos
got-
lately have been hilarious.
Yeah.
And also just like fun and like good.
Did you see
Get
the
it-
last
get it
shirt?
more in front of
Did
you,
see-
so-
I'm always watching the shirts. He's worn our
Yeah.
shirt a couple of times.
Mhm.
He wore a Biden shirt the other day. I thought it was
Nice.
funny.
Get it more in front of you
Let's
so you can
electric
see
sheep.
it.
Brandon.
Right? So we got the
Nice.
sheep with the. He's
Get
on
it,
his
get
phone.
it, get it more in
Yeah.
front of you so you
Oh,
can see it better.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I get
There
it.
you go. Electric
Shout out to
sheep.
Stephen Williams.
Those
Awesome
sheeps.
dude. You
Kind
see
of
his
appropriate
logo
these
is
days.
over here too.
Mhm.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
He sent us some stickers.
Nice.
That one's yours as well.
I need stickers. I need stickers for my daughter's computer.
And you get a hat. You get a flow and roll hat. So
Yes.
one of those is yours. That's why I brought an extra one today.
Dollar.
So yeah, you've been gone for a while.
So
You
I
think
got.
they were
I'm
just
back, boys.
advertising
I'm back.
there?
You have one shirt for the next how many? What do you got?
Swagoo,
4
man.
shirts?
Look at that. There's 5 days in the work.
Yeah,
week,
you got plenty of shirts for the next 5 podcasts.
Yeah, I'm
all
good.
right? I definitely want to see you in the pink with the pink flamingo shorts. That
Oh,
you
I'll
wear
wear
all the
those.
time.
I will. I wear those all. I wore them yesterday.
I know you do. I want to see.
And
That's
you know
why I
what?
bought the pink.
People at my new gym are much more accepting. You know, I've
Because
been
you're
wearing.
closer to Miami. You're a little further south.
Yeah, I wear those and nobody says anything. Maybe they don't say anything because they don't know who I am yet. Like maybe.
They're not ready to make fun of you.
Yeah.
They're like, watch out for that
Just
guy.
wait.
It's a
They
secret
say
black
things.
belt.
It's just not
Yeah.
when you're there.
There we go. I'm okay with that.
So let me go through our podcast pages real quick. Shout out to Carlson Gracie Winter Haven in Winter Haven, Florida. Check them out at cgwinterhaven.com, at Carlson Gracie _Winter Haven on IG. Carlson Gracie Broward County in North Lauderdale as well, down here in Florida. Carlson Gracie BrowardCounty.com, Carlson Gracie Broward County, or at Carlson Gracie Broward County on IG.
You really
It's-
screw that up.
No, you know what it is? It's like, I had it like the long way on my phone, and it's like
You said
Carlson
is
Gracie.
he-
The B is over, like
Yeah.
the B, and then it's Broward. Carlson Gracie B, Broward County.
Broward.
I'm like, what am I looking at? John Way Martial Arts in Plantation, Florida. JohnWayMartialArts.com, at John Way Martial Arts on IG. Thank you to our individual patrons, Jebediah Barra, Robert Walker. I was going to say Roberto Walker. Robert Walker, because of Roberto Santiago at the
Yeah.
end. Frank House, Boa Athletics. Check them out on IG at BOA _athletics. Boa. What, is
Boa.
What does that
Yeah,
mean?
that's actually my
It's like
initial.
Boa.
BOA.
Yeah.
BOA.
Yeah, I got
What
it.
is that?
Boa.
What's the
I'm
the
Colombian,
Portuguese?
bro.
No, but what's the
Oh, boy, like let's go.
yeah.
No, boy, yeah. I think it's like let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael Pixley Jr., Jason Smiley, Britt Tavar, CJ Carroll, Mission 22, Chuck Reddoor, and Roberto Santiago. Thank you guys for your support. We appreciate it. If you'd like to support the show, you can visit us on patreon.com/Jiu-Jitsu Dummies. Join and you're automatically entered to win up to $100 in Jiu-Jitsu swag every single month. I am a little behind. I've been awarding. I sent one out at the end of last month. I'm going to do 2 this month. We just got a little catching up to do.
Are you a little
My
behind?
apologies, everybody, but I will send everything.
You're a little behind. I'm a big behind.
Oh, boa means good.
At Jiu-Jitsu Dummies on Instagram for all the ways to watch, listen, and support. You can donate to our scholarship program. Everything is in the link tree on our bio. We're still awarding one-year scholarships, okay? Check out the podcast store at jiujitsudummies.shop. Get 15% off with code JJD. Ranked rash guards, tees, backpacks, coffee mugs. And again, we're slowly going to make a shift over to Flow and Roll. Right now, you can get our T-shirts and 30% off your order at flowandroll.com. All right, we want to thank the We Defy Foundation for all the support and all they do for the jiu-jitsu and veterans community. For, again, those that don't know, if you haven't listened to us before, they provide therapeutic relief to disabled combat veterans through jiu-jitsu. Check them out at We Defy Foundation on IG. And you can donate anytime at wedefyfoundation.org. They're going to be doing, do you remember? They did, what is it called? The Ruck and Roll? Let me do it justice. They do, they're going to do an event for Veterans Day. And they do like
You mean Applebee's Day?
Is that?
It's like
you get a free meal. What is it? Free meals or something?
Yeah, you get free meals at a lot of places, but most people go to Applebee's.
Ruck and roll. Yeah, ruck and roll.
Ruck. You know what? Rucking is when you're marching, but with the backpack on. Yeah.
So they're going to do their second annual Veterans Day Ruck and Roll. And what they'll do is individual gyms. You can get people together and do the ruck and then come and do an open mat. And you pay $50. You could pay $50, and they'll send you the shirt. They send you some swag. You can basically registering. They get you an event shirt, a decal, and access to the local veterans event. And I guess it's a 5K.
Nice.
So 5K. Then you come back. Somebody messaged me that he's trying to get Drew to do it at A&M. Okay. So if he does it, love for you to join me.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would be able to do both. Now that the weekends, what day is Veterans Day on? Is that always Monday?
I have no idea when Veterans Day is.
Is it?
I bet you no veteran knows this.
Is it? Is it always on a Monday?
I don't know.
No.
Usually it is. Yeah, usually it is on a Monday.
11/11.
My job.
It says 11/11 through 11/14.
Okay.
So do it through. I guess you got that window to do it.
If the world doesn't end by then. In a world where conspiracy.
In a world where conspiracy.
Well, anyway, love for you to come do that with me. Bo?
Yeah. What?
You want to come?
What's this? To the
For
rock and roll?
A 5K rock and roll.
When?
No?
It's coming up. It's 11/11.
Where is it? Where is it, though?
It's 11/11 is the actual, is Veterans Day?
Yeah. It started in 1919. The year, 1919, yeah.
All right.
Where is it?
The whole country.
Oh, really? No.
Veterans Day.
No, I know Veterans Day.
Well, I think Drew might do one, so I'm not going to speak for him yet, but somebody messaged me that he's trying to get him.
It's a Thursday.
Is it a Thursday?
Yeah.
The 11th is a Thursday?
Yes.
All right. So I guess they're doing Thursday through the weekend.
Through the weekend,
11 through 11/14.
The 14th, which is that Sunday, yeah.
Let's do it. I got the time now. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Unless my wife tells me no. Unless my wife says, no, you're not doing it.
I can't, but if it's a veteran-related thing, my job will 100%.
All right, there you go.
They got my back.
Let's do it.
I got a sweet job.
Last but not least, Fightback CBD. Get 20% off your CBD order at fightbackcbd.com with code JJD. Thank you to Justin and Britt for all your support. We love you guys.
Seriously.
Got anything?
No, man. Just love each other.
You want to give out your IG?
Sure. It's MLJ Rico. RICO.
MLJ Rico.
Said I got it. I got it real early.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you try to get that one now, there's numbers.
I saw that. Yeah. You got that right when you got your Yahoo?
That in Iraq. I got that in Iraq.
Yahoo?
Yeah.
You're giving that up, huh?
Huh?
No, you're not going to graduate to Gmail?
I have
what was it Yahoo? Get the AOL.
I'll divulge a little bit of personal information. I have 300 emails.
Whoa, bro.
300 email addresses?
Yeah.
Because
just for whatever, I don't use all of them.
One for
Did you
each
lock
girlfriend.
down all the MLJ Ricos? Is that what you did?
No. No.
No?
One for each girlfriend.
Just
You're not gonna tell?
depending, you know.
Free.
Free.
Here's this guy. One for every girl.
No. Just multiple free trials and stuff, you know.
What, for girls?
Oh, okay. All right. I see. Oh, okay. You go back.
When it used to work, they fixed that bug, but so I
Yeah.
still got them.
Okay. All right.
That's why I
Yeah.
have so many credit cards. I get them for the first
You've got
month
3
free,
of
you
them.
know. And
I have 3
Main,
emails that I
yeah.
have to check every day,
Same.
and it's driving me absolutely insane.
You think so? There's you don't use some of them to like. I use one of them as like, okay, I'll
A
sign
catch-all.
up.
I have like one that's a catch-all, like
Yeah.
a Gmail that's a catch-all. But now I have the the new business, so I have to have that new business email. So now I've got to like my personal. It's just my personal
Yep.
family house.
Yep.
I've got the black belt,
Yeah.
digital marketing email now, and then I have I've always used the Gmail, a jiu-jitsu Gmail for
Yeah.
everything podcast related.
I'm the same, but I also have way more that I don't use.
I'm the same,
But
but
I
And-
couldn't imagine like Gmail is out of control with like the spam that you get
You
and the
can't- So
advertisements. that they-
Gmail with Gmail now you can't really like do it like I used to before. They stopped it. So like now if you try and start a new Gmail, they're gonna ask you to sign in to your other Gmail, and then you're just creating an alias off of your.
Well, so but
Yeah.
you can also with business do like a G Suite email.
I have a
like-
business
yeah, okay,
Gmail,
so,
yeah.
all right. So yeah, I have them in individual accounts, and then my phone is like gets everything.
Yeah.
So I get everything into except for the spam. Doesn't it blocks out the spam?
Yes.
For the most part to the
Yeah.
phone.
But I
and
got
all
some
the ads and stuff,
Yahoos.
so-
Had an AOL back in the day.
Yeah, I had an Uncle Milton.
Yeah.
Yahoo way
AIM.
back in the
Yeah.
day.
Back.
I still have my.
I don't think.
Oh
I don't
no!
know if
Wait
I
a
have
minute! I'm
an
going to get a
AOL.
bunch of dick pics. I don't.
Yeah. Don't.
Yeah, man. I it's just kind of like a joke with, especially in marketing, like when you talk to somebody about their marketing and they talk a big game and then they like, what's your email?
Yeah.
And it's a Yahoo. It's
Yeah.
like the business name at Yahoo, like business name at Gmail. There's a reason because you could just have that Gmail for Google ads.
Yeah.
You Google My Business. Like you can, it's good to have a Gmail for the business tools.
For sure.
But when somebody says AOL, like they're like, yeah, I handle all my marketing myself. And then it's
Yeah.
like, what's your email? And it's a Yahoo or an
Yeah.
AOL. We would laugh.
For
you know,
sure.
It's like
just
business
like-
at an insane asylum.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
.com.
Well, then you find out the guy's also like 70, and then, it's
For
like
sure.
his wife has been doing his marketing.
That's one of my favorite memes, by the way, that I show to a
What's
lot
that?
of people. It's this meme of Tiger Woods like looking really mad, like he's almost like he's looking out of the side of his eye, like he's really mad at whoever he's looking at. And the meme is like it says, "When you get your boy a job and they ask him for his email, and he says, eat it from the back at yahoo.com."
Holy shit!
And on that note,
Yeah, there we go.
And on that note, thank you everybody for tuning in.
Bye.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming back again. And peace, love, jiu-jitsu, brother.
Yeah, man.
Take care, guys. Us.
Peace.